Because if you're not a really good negotiator, you're not closing. You have to go all the way. You have to close. If you don't close the deal, don't tell me you know how to negotiate because you can't.
Right. But at the end, you didn't learn it overnight either.
No, of course not. Years. But I happen to pick it up pretty quickly. I've been good at this for a very long time.
Yeah.
Some people innately have it within them.
Yeah. And you defined it over the years. You mean?
Yeah. Oh, I've really defined the craft of negotiating.
Do you have a story about how you handled conflict in a negotiation?
I've
One
had a
of
lot
many.
of we don't have time for this today now, do we?
Just pick one.
I've
Pick a
had
good one.
well, here's the thing. Here's the conflict in negotiating, which is great. There are so many times, and this is for people that are listening, and I'm coaching on this now. I have a few clients I'm coaching in business where I'm here to help you streamline. Let's get you focused. Let's get you organized. Let me show you how to properly negotiate and close the deal so that you can work on more clients and you can build your business and you have to think outside the box. Anyone that's like thinking inside the box or oh, I took a course and I have an MBA now. I went to Harvard. Those things don't mean anything until you show me you have a proven track record. Dagmar, you know, you and I worked together previously in a field that I knew nothing about. I know nothing about technology. I know nothing about SaaS. And I came in like a gangbuster. And the reason was I studied it, I learned pretty quickly, and people liked me because I don't have any additional motives and I like to understand people. All of my clients, I know their children, I know where they grow up, I know what sports they play. I know everything about them because I genuinely care about people. And if I'm going to be working with you or you're going to be a client, I want to know about you. I want to know where you're, going in the summer. Clients are sending me photos and videos on their vacations. They're like, Chloe would appreciate this because she gets to know who we are. So that's really important. I've had plenty of times where negotiations have gone sideways and I swore a deal was in the bag. And my dad would always say, don't spend that money until it's sitting in your bank account. You could already be in contract. You could be close to a closing and things can fall apart. The bank doesn't end up giving the loan. There was a death in the family. I need the money for something else. My siblings and I are fighting over this property. We're not going to sell it now. I mean, the list goes on. So,
What would you recommend to somebody who has to negotiate in a difficult situation where it seems like the flow is not coming in and he has so many barriers and hurdles in front of her or him?
well, the first thing I would say is do a reset. That's really important. Do a reset. Turn the button on and turn it off. And that's in your head, obviously, right? It's like the switch, turn it on, turn it off. And then you have to get creative. A lot of times when they're having conflict, it's because, someone's being really aggressive. People aren't seeing eye to eye. The minds aren't meeting. Clients will often blame you, right? Because think about it as a broker or as the middleman, so to speak, you're the one that's going to get blamed if something goes wrong. So you kind of have to ebb and flow with what's going on with them, but also saying to, listen, I hear you. I believe in me. I believe in you. I know we can get this done. I understand there's conflict on the other side, or you don't want to sell anymore, or, you know, the buyer is thinking of backing out. Whatever it may be, you have to come to terms with the client. And if you're on the broker side, and you're not a master negotiator yet and you haven't had enough conflict to really understand and pivot and say, what do I do in this situation? You have to really be in sync with your clients. That's massive. So if you're taking the time to learn about who they really are, switch the subject, change it, bring it to something that they really like, that they understand, that makes them happy, will make them smile. Because what you said in the beginning is it's all about fun. I've been in meetings and my dad, I think he talked about this on this where his biggest client ever that I worked for a few years jumped on the table at the closing and started screaming. And you're like, okay, where did this come from, right? How do I pivot? Make a joke. What are you, a tap dancer? Oh, we have a comedy act going on. I mean, you have to think in the moment and really try to do whatever you can to take whatever the conflict is off that person's mind and reset. It's not easy to do and it takes a while, but if you can do that, spot on.